What is up, all my fellow Turbos? This is Steve Turbo coming to you again with this week's TurboCast. Well, I don't know if this is a TurboCast. This is more like a top 5. So, today's TurboCast, or whatever this is my top 5 characters that should be in Street Fighter V. So, we're still a ways away from Street Fighter V. And a lot of characters have yet to be revealed. We've only had 4 characters revealed for the game so far, and that's Ryu, Chun-Li, M. Bison, and Charlie. So, already off to the start, you have 3 of the original World Warriors. And you have 1 guy from Alpha. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that if that is pretty much it for the World Warriors in the cast of Turbo 2, or, that would be fine by me. If that is all for the cast of Street Fighter 2, Bison, Chun-Li, and Ryu, that is fine. Because, to be honest, the World Warriors of the Street Fighter 2 series have gotten more than enough recognition. They've been in more than enough games. It's time to start bringing back characters that should be in it. Now, I will admit that I'm a bit biased towards Third Strike, but that's not to say that you won't see some Alpha characters on this small list of mine as well. So, for the sake of just my own personal favorites, I'm going to completely kind of ignore story in this game. I mean, it's pretty obvious that this is taking place during the Street Fighter 3 universe, but, we're just going to roll with it. This is who I would like to see. So, let's not waste any time. Let's get it rolling. Number 5. Gonna go with Karen from Street Fighter Alpha, or from the Street Fighter Alpha series. Karen is a big choice for me because I always really kind of liked the way that she played. I actually preferred her over Sakura in the Alpha series. I really thought that she was a more unique character, and overall, I just think that she's a better design. I mean, Sakura is more iconic, of course, and she's been in more games, but at the same time, I really think that Karen has been out of the spotlight for too long. Now, we know why that is. The rights to Karen are owned by a manga artist in a similar fashion to that of Strider when he was up for candidacy for MVC3. But I think they could do a lot of cool things with Karen. Karen is actually really, I believe she placed first in the character popularity polls in terms of characters that people wanted to see in Street Fighter 4 or future Street Fighter titles. I think they could really do a lot with Karen. I think they could really evolve her character. I think they could really do something really great. And we could see just how much she's grown since the Alpha series. There's so much potential here, and I really would love to see it. But we'll just have to see. I mean, I think there's a lot that can be done, and like I said, I think she's a far more unique and fun design than Sakura was. So that is why I'm going to go with Karen for my number 5 pick. On to the next. Number 4. I got to go with... Okay. I know what a lot of people are thinking. But, my list may not be what everybody wants. But if I had to pick, I would have to go with... our Mica. And the reason why, it has nothing to do with her looks. I just always really loved our Mica. I thought she was a really funny, very entertaining character. I gotta go with our Mica. I mean, I would love to see how they adapt her style to Street Fighter V. I would love to see how they can fit her into the series now. I would love to just see everything that they could do with her. I mean, most of all, she's definitely a voluptuous character for sure. But, I've always loved it. I've always loved wrestling-type characters. I've always thought that they were excellent. They're always unique. They're always fun. They're always satisfying to win with. And our Mica is just another one of those types. And to say that she's gotten a raw deal since Alpha is an understatement. She has had 0 representation, just like Karen, and she isn't owned by a manga artist, so there's that. So I'm going to go with our Mica for my number 4 pick. I really think that she'd fit in pretty great, and I'd love to see, again, how they will evolve her style. So that's all I'm going to say on our Mica. Number 3. So, number 3, I am actually going to go with Q from Street Fighter 3rd Strike. You want to talk about a character that is a mystery wrapped in an enigma. Q is such an interesting character because we literally know almost nothing about him. And since Q players have been so scarce and so few and far between, oftentimes I found myself forgetting that Q was in the roster, despite how cool of a character I thought, and I think that only adds to that brilliant mystery to Q. I think that really adds to what he is. And I would really like to see Q again, if anything, so that way we can kind of solve the mystery on who he is. There have been numerous speculations throughout the years on what Q is, or who Q is, but no one really knows for sure, and he actually never really appears in the arcade mode unless a specific set of requirements are fulfilled. He's always been kind of just a secret boss in Street Fighter 3rd Strike, and he's never been... He's always communicated in a bunch of inaudible grunts. He said things like, "I am Abomination," or... He said a wide variety of things that no one could understand, and whenever an electrical effect would hit him, it would almost look like there was a robot skeleton underneath. So a lot of people have determined, is Q an android? Is he a cyborg? Is he a full robot? What is Q? So I think this could finally give us a chance to learn a little bit more about Q. So I gotta, and not to mention, Q had a straight up smash down, beat 'em up playstyle that really in the right hands could be downright scary. So Q, I gotta go with you in this one, my man, and I would love to see him again. I would absolutely love to see him again, and I know I'm not by myself in that. Number 2, Urien from Street Fighter 3rd Strike. Now, like I said, guys, I know that this list is a bit biased, and it is a top 5, so I'm kind of just really whittling down my picks, but Urien would absolutely be amazing. And the reason I pick Urien and not Gil is because I'm pretty sure Gil would end up being kind of a final boss character, secret boss character, or whatever, because he was insanely broken in Street Fighter 3rd Strike. So Urien has the right amount of just cool tools. He's an awesome character. His background is cool. He was a great villain in the Street Fighter 3 series. Personally, I think he fits in perfect in this, especially with the inclusion of the Third Eye gem that we saw on Charlie that immediately gives way to the Illuminati organization that Gil runs in Street Fighter 3, and that Urien is also a part of as well, what with him being Gil's brother and all. But Urien, it would be just awesome to see him again. I mean, I always loved him in Street Fighter 3rd Strike, and I just always thought he was an insanely cool character. And it all goes back into the evolution. I want to see how they can evolve Urien to make him an even scarier character. But he was always cool to me, man-thong and all. My vote is for Urien. And now the moment that you've all been waiting for. The moment that you've been watching all of this video to find out. Who's Steve Turbo's #1 pick for Street Fighter V? Number 1. Alex of Street Fighter 3. I have said this for years and years and years and years, that it is an absolute travesty that in no way, shape, or form was Alex included. Was Alex not included in any of the Street Fighter 4 series, or hell, even in Street Fighter Cross Tekken? It was an absolute joke, in my opinion, that Alex did not get proper representation. Now, you could argue that he did get representation in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, in which he was actually a really great character in that game. But that's still not an official Street Fighter game, and I want to see Alex represented again. And again, I go back to it, I want to see how they evolve him, what they do with him. It's all but a sure thing that he's going to be in this game, but I want to really cast my vote out there and let it be known that I want Alex. Alex is my overall favorite Street Fighter character of all time. He is my absolute favorite character. I want to see Alex back in this game. He is an awesome character with straight-up representation of classic old-school wrestlers. He is a mishmash of different wrestlers all in one. He is a tribute to Hulk Hogan. He is a tribute to Ric Flair. He is a tribute to the Ultimate Warrior. He has so many tributes to something that I love so much, and that is professional wrestling. His playstyle was cool. He's a great lead character. He was just always my favorite in Third Strike. I loved playing him, even though he was arguably not that good. But that leaves room for them to make him good in this upcoming series, because Alex was a character that had a lot of different tools. And I think this kind of played to a disadvantage for a lot of folks, because he had a little bit of everything. He had grappler-style command grabs. He had charge moves. He had quarter circle moves. He was a very odd mixed bag character. So it took a particular set of skills in order to play him properly. Or as I like to call Alex back in the day, the master of the two-piece combo. But Alex has severely lacked representation for someone who was a lead character in the Street Fighter III series, and I think it is only going to add to the epic Street Fighter III story that we're getting in this one in Street Fighter V, since it looks like it is either coming a little bit before or maybe even a little bit after Third Strike. But I would absolutely just lose my mind, and I promise you guys, if Alex gets in this video, if Alex gets in this game, I will absolutely post my reaction thoughts. But yeah, Alex is someone who I really feel deserves to be in this game at this point. He's been lacking representation in the Street Fighter series, as has a lot of the characters in this list that I've picked. They've all lacked any kind of proper representation in the Street Fighter series, because a lot of those spots are reserved for people who are nostalgic and don't want to let go of Street Fighter 2. But for those of us hard fans, we would like a little bit of variety. We would like things shaken up a bit. So with this one, I've got to go with characters that I really honestly feel deserve a shot. And that's what I did here. But with that said, guys, that is my top 5 characters who deserve to be in Street Fighter V list. But I want to know, what do you want? Who do you want? Who do you think deserves to be in Street Fighter V? Are there characters that you just love? Could it be any of the World Warriors from Street Fighter 2? Could it be characters from... We're not doing EX. I forgot to mention that. EX, that's a whole different kettle of fish on that one. That's why none of those characters are on here. But who would you want to see? What would your perfect roster for Street Fighter V be? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. And also, my fellow Turbos, don't forget to do your old friend Steve Turbo a favor. Like this video, share it to those who you think it would be of interest to, and subscribe to the channel. By subscribing to the channel, you make me happy. That's why I make the videos. I make them to make you happy, and you subscribing and tuning in every single week makes me happy. So you know what? It's a beautiful thing, and everybody wins. But yeah, guys, leave your comments in the comment section below and let me know who you think deserves to be in the game. But until next time, guys, E3 is right around the corner, and make sure you stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing my E3 2015 predictions list. Coming to you soon, Turbos. Until then, Turbo out.